Hey guys, what's up, man? This is John's Closet, man. Sorry to start out with some sad news and stuff like that. The rapper from Florida, XXX Tentacion, he just passed away today. What's today's date, John?
Today is the 18th.
Yeah, he passed away today on the 18th, literally like a couple hours ago. Very sad. You know, we're a music podcast and stuff, so it'd be weird for us to not at least mention it. So, rest in peace to him, man. Very sad, man. He was shot and killed in Miami. Yeah, man. Rest in peace to him, man. Condolences to his family and stuff like that. So we normally don't like to discuss sad things, but you know, sometimes you gotta mention it.
Right.
But anyways, let's get back, man. Let's get back. Transition.
So
how do we transition? We can't. Feels welcome to go, hey, right afterwards. You know, it doesn't feel quite as right. But let's start out with, how was your weekend? Because me and you, we didn't really hang out this weekend, and I got some, not a story to tell, not stories, but like just a rant. I did some weird shit this weekend.
Well, my weekend was pretty normal actually.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I don't know. Saturday.
Right.
I hung out with Tim, and he came here to record more of his album. So he's
Tim from
Fathom.
Tim from
Oh.
Adam.
Yeah.
Yes,
Dude, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tim
Yes.
Bicanese?
Yes.
Tim Bicanese.
Dude.
And by the way, guys, that is Chris you just heard on the podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Opposite motherfucking states in the motherfucking building.
It's just
Oh,
opposite
huh?
states, not
Okay,
motherfucking.
opposite states. Yes, yes.
We're changing the band name.
Yeah. Okay, dude. So let me tell you about my fucking weekend. Now, first of all, you know, me and you, we've known each other for like a couple of years, right? How long have we known each other, John?
Jesus, since freshman year of
Yeah, when
college.
you went to school. So
Yeah.
what, like 5 or 6 years?
That was 2013. So
2013,
5 years.
5 fucking years, right?
Yep.
If you know anything about me, the way I get pussy is through my social skills. That is the main way I get pussy. I use my social skills. I use my humor.
Sydney, this is a surprise to me because I always thought it was because of the Gap.
Oh yeah, also the Gap. It works for other things in the bedroom, but not relating to the beginning part. If you catch my drift. So since that, I killer at house parties, killer at get-togethers and stuff like that. You know what my mortal enemy, if any, outing is to go to?
What would that be?
A fucking club.
Dude.
Not only did I go to one club, I went to 2 clubs, both of them completely opposite. And the thing that I always fall under when, living in Fort Myers is being the only black person there. So Thursday night, I go out with my friend Sylvie. She was also black, but she in this point of the story, she wasn't there yet. And her coworker. So I go to Society. Now this is a white reggae band that's playing. I don't remember the name. Right. So mad white people there. Whatever.
Was it a girl singing?
No, it was a guy singing. It was like 4 dudes in dreads and stuff like that. I think it was
SoFlo?
Yeah, it was SoFlo. Right. Normally I'm not a big fan of reggae music. So like, I was just trying to chill. Like I wasn't really vibing to it that much. Right. And so I'm just like, man, and my friends are being late. So I'm like, fuck, man. I'm the only black person here. These white people are really turning up and having fun. I'm just like, damn, I'm just not having fun. And and not only that, it's mad loud. There's mad people there. So it's also a club. So I have a hard time talking to people, even if I wanted to. So I go off in the corner, right? This white dude comes up to me. First thing he does, he just hands me like one of those like weed pens. He's just like, yo, man, you want some? I was like, what is this? It's like, just hit it. Just wait until the light turns on. Just hit it, right? I took 2 puffs of that shit. Got instantly high. And you know what happened when I got high? Yo, this reggae music's not so fucking bad. I was kind of vibing to it. I was like, yeah.
See,
Freedom.
See, Sydney. It took you till 2018 to realize the secret to enjoying reggae.
Mystery. I need to smoke weed in order to enjoy reggae to really feel it.
I mean,
See, I don't.
Definitely helps.
It definitely helps. It clearly helped me, man. Right? So I was just having this nice conversation. We're high as shit. We're talking about different things and stuff like that. And yeah, man, I was just having a great time. But he eventually left, and then my friends came and whatever. My high came down, and then I was just back in my sandwich. I was just like, damn, I need some more of that weed. Right? And I just kind of like, I kind of left early because I was like, man, I'm just really not feeling the club vibes because I can't conversate. I can't do anything in this situation, right? So that was the first night I went to a club. I went to a second night at a club, completely opposite experience. I went to this club called Mirage for this dude's birthday party. He's a Hispanic dude, or whatever. And I swear to you, first of all, I've never heard of Mirage. It is literally like 5 minutes away from my house. I'm like,
Where
okay.
is that?
It's off Winkler, and it's like
Same.
Winkler and then College. It's like near there. Right? It's kind of near FSW. It's like in the back corner. It's like Sony's Barbecue is like right here, and then like Mirage is right there. Like you wouldn't know it's a fucking nightclub. I go to this nightclub. Now, another thing you know about me, John, is I love Hispanic women. I love them to death.
That's a fact.
Think they're super hot. Now, I like to talk to Hispanic women, but my love for Hispanic women, it's like, you know how when a Muslim person dies, his dream is to go to the heavens and have 40 virgins or whatever, right? He gets to talk to so many. You get so many virgin bitches around and stuff like that. Now, I thought my dream was to have an entire just situation just full of Hispanic women of all different ethnicities and all different kinds of backgrounds and stuff. And I managed to finally go to that said club.
Yeah.
I was not having fun, unfortunately. I thought that was my fucking dream. I swear to God,
Be careful what you wish for,
I was
Sydney.
the only black person. I think the only other black person was there. He was there momentarily, and it was just full of mad Hispanic people, just mad Hispanic music and salsa music and stuff like that. And again, I can't dance. I need to be able to talk. Not only that, in this situation, I would need to talk Spanish. So it's like a double negative.
Shit. When you first started that off, I thought that was going to be like you had the in.
No, I thought
it's almost like the British accent in America. That's kind of the effect that I thought it was gonna have.
No, this it was like so Hispanic level. I would need to been like fed on rice and beans from like since I was little. Like this is that Hispanic. Mostly like I was trying to talk to some of them just didn't even like speak like you had to speak Spanish to them. It was that level of like Hispanic club. So like damn, like I was just sweating my ass off and trying to dance. Didn't understand not one lick of the songs that were playing. It was all like Latin club fusion shit. And I was just like, fuck, man, how did I end up in this situation again?
Me encanta la gasolina, Sydney.
Oh, wait, Gasolina did? I was so glad. I was like, Gasolina. And then I thought to myself, wow, this is what most white people must feel at times. Like, ugh, it's too urban in here. I don't get all this music and rap, hip-hop and stuff. I was like, can you play something I'm a little bit more familiar with?
Just start playing Death Grips.
just play some Death Grips. Ugh. But
little Garth Brooks.
Yeah. But that was my weekend. So, and it was Father's Day. It was Father's Day on Sunday.
Yes.
Yes. You guys have any fond Father's Day memories? Not Father's Day, but like memories of you and your father. Any funny moments? I got one in particular I want to share, but I want to let you guys go first.
There was a time, what was it, a couple years ago, like several years ago, like at least, I don't know, I think I was like 9 or 10 at the time.
Right.
And my dad and I were, he took me to the park.
Right.
I was part of the Little League team.
Aw.
Playing baseball and everything, and my
First
dad...
Respect is playing baseball.
Huh?
Yeah.
First Respect is playing baseball. It's a terrible sport, man. So boring.
It's fun to play. It's terrible to watch.
Is it fun to play?
It's a lot of fun to play, but it's pretty brutal to watch.
Damn, yeah. Especially a Little League. Ugh.
Well, here's the thing. Like, my dad was practicing with me. I was just he was pitching, and I was trying.
You were receiving.
John's closet.
Anyways, so that was all one gay joke per John's closet.
Let's bring up some old trauma.
Yeah, old trauma.
So no, but basically he threw he threw the ball and just this isn't helping. So basically he threw it. It slipped out of his hand, right? And I was like, I'm gonna hit it. I got my bat with me. I'm gonna hit it, and it went straight for my face, like right on the lip, and it was just a beautiful moment of my dad being like, "Oh shit!"
And like your lip just bust wide, like open. It was just gushing everywhere.
It was gushing. I had this fat lip for like 3 days.
Damn.
Like, it was just this. It's funny to talk about now.
Yeah.
Because it was when I was a kid. It was whatever.
Yeah.
But at the time I was just like, why'd you do that, Dad?
Why do you hate me, Dad?
And in his mind, he's hearing your mom's voice. I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah. That was such a good impression of John's fucking mom.
Oh yeah.
That was always impeccable, dude.
Yeah, no, perfect.
Dude, he was petrified. He's like, shit, I fucked my son up, and I'm gonna get killed when I get home.
Dude, that is the fucking truth. What about you, Chris? Do you have any funny memories of you and your dad interacting and shit?
None off the top of my head. I mean, there's like a ton, but no, I mean like Father's Day yesterday, we all just kind of hung out.
Just hung out.
Yeah, family, and hung out with the dad and did all that stuff. We like to bust each other's balls, pretty bad. So he's he's pretty funny. He's actually a lot funnier than I am, but I'll get there.
You'll get there. You'll reach that level.
Yeah, once I have kids and I'm like, just like, middle age and kind of pissed off all the time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be pretty funny.
Yeah.
He's not pissed.
Projecting off your dad. Middle age, grumpy all the time, mad at his son's success with opposite state.
No, I'm just messing with him. No, but yeah.
Oh my gosh, I think the one, I don't know if I've ever told this story. I know I certainly never discussed this with my dad. Right at the tender age, about 12 or 13. You start to discover a thing called porn.
Yeah.
Slowly. Now, I was a little bit weird. I was kind of slow on the process. Now,
like slow to the game?
It's slow to the game because I didn't know there was videos. So what I would do is I go to Google and I would just type in big tits. You know what my dumb ass didn't do? I was like, I'll just go to images. I had no idea there was full-on porn websites for a while when I had the internet. And John's like,
really?
you sick motherfucker.
What did you click the images?
I clicked the Google. I typed in the word.
The top of the boob comes out, and then the next part of the
yeah. That's all I need.
Out.
I was like, big titties.
See,
so.
I'm just thinking that was such an amateur move, but now it explains why you watch amateur porn.
Okay. It all comes full circle. So yeah, I'm having my session or whatever, and my dad, now normally he doesn't, knock on the door or whatever. He just kind of, he kind of just bursts in and he just tells me something, right? Tells me, yo, wash the dishes. Yo, do the laundry. Yo, yada, yada, yada. So it's the one time where I was just literally just in the middle of it, right? My dad comes in, just bursts in, and me and my dad catch like a stare eye. He pauses for a second and just closes the door. I swear to fucking God, we have never discussed that exact moment. Not even like a whisper, like, hey, man, like you do the sit-down talk, like, hey, man, Sydney, I caught you doing your thing, whatever. I see your body's going through changes and shit. And you know what I do now? I masturbate in the bathroom. From that one instance, I was like, I'll never be caught again. So if I need to go to the bathroom, I was like, Sydney, you just went to the bathroom. I was like, I know. That's what I'm in there doing. Thank God for smartphones. Smartphones saved me.
It's changed the game. It really
Smartphones
has.
really did change the porn game, dude.
The way that I got around that is, I grew up in New York, and my house was 2 stories, and my dad's knee, sometimes when he walks, it makes like a crick.
Oh!
And then I could tell when he was coming down the stairs.
That's hilarious, man. Your dad knees crick.
Natural home defense right there.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Hey, man, just wait until your parents go off somewhere, man. Just do your thing, man. Shout out to my young masturbators out there. listening to John's class, and I'm sure you out there. Oh, my gosh.
You fucking heathens.
Yeah, fucking heathens. All right, man. Yeah, we're getting a good mood, man. Let's get into some fucking questions, man. I'm feeling nice and loose and stuff like that. Now, Chris.
Yes.
I gotta start out with the most obvious question. Opposite states. Now, in my mind, the origin of the name of the band. Now, you know, back in high school, where like some of your homies may have a girlfriend, right? It's kind of during the early stages of the internet, where like online dating was starting to come up and stuff like that, and like your homeboys are like, "Oh, yo, man, where's this girl that you always talk about, Chris?" Like, "Yo, man, she lives in the opposite state, man. She doesn't live
real.
here.
She's
real." And you would name like a weird ass state. You would name like
Wyoming.
Wyoming. It was like, "Man, Wyoming's not a real state." It's like, "Yes, it is. She lives in the opposite state." Is that how the name opposite state? Like, what's the origin of opposite state?
For that, I wish I could say it was. But it is not. Actually, it was a song I wrote. It's called Opposite States, and then we like one of my old bass player was like, "Hey, why don't we just call it Opposite States?" Because we had to go on and play a show like in 2 days or something like that.
Damn.
I was like, "Why don't we just call it Opposite States?" I was like, all right, and then just kind of stuck. By the time everybody kind of knew who we were around here, we were opposite states. So I was like, all right.
My question is, why didn't you guys just call yourselves like 312?
312.
312.
We're kind of like 311, but we're a little bit different.
Yeah. That's the origin. So Opposite States was the first official song that you guys like got down and made. Like you had no other band name ideas before that?
I mean, they were all just fucking terrible.
Terrible?
I don't even remember what they were, but they were not good.
Were they like Chris and the Heinies?
No, I never did the my name and the song. Dude, right over my head. Well done. I give that one to you. No, I never thought of doing like the Chris and the something. We were joking around one time. Somebody signed us up for open mic and it said Eddie and the Cruisers. Because Eduardo was in the band, and Eddie and the Cruisers is like a movie from the 80s about like some like indie punk band or something. I've never seen it, but I was thinking about changing it to Eddie and the Cruisers, but I think it would just confuse people because they'd think my name was Eddie.
Yeah. They would think the front man is named Eddie.
Yeah. We could do a Van Halen style.
Yeah, Van Halen. Or like Hootie and the Blowfish, but like nobody name is Hootie in the band or whatever, some shit. You know? So tell me, like, so how was it's you, Jake, Eduardo, and then who else? Corey, right.
Yep.
So are you the original founding member of the band?
Yeah, so I started doing it acoustic. I moved, I went on a road trip around the whole country, and I came back to Fort Myers, and I was like, all right, I just got to fucking do this finally. Just do the band. Let's get it done. So I recorded some acoustic stuff, just me, and then I basically used that to recruit band members of like, here's what my songs sound like, here's what my vision is, like, do you want to play?
Right.
And so I went through.
Did you do it like Bachelorette? What with like you handed out roses, so you had like multiple guitar persons? It's like and the one who gets the rose.
I called Brett Michaels.
Yeah.
I asked him how he did it. So I handed out some roses and a little edible arrangements.
Oh,
that got him going.
Yeah.
And so I think I mean before I met Corey, Corey might have been like the 13th person in the band.
Damn.
Yeah, I went through quite a few people, and then Corey introduced me to another drummer who introduced us to Eduardo, and then Eduardo introduced us to another drummer who became our drummer who recorded on the EP. His name is David.
Wait. So it wasn't until the very last dude that you picked, like the 13th dude, Corey, right?
Yep.
That you said before you even got like the finalization, just solely through him.
Yeah, so I had an old bass player, and we played some shows. We actually recorded the first EP together. So the way that worked is I had a drummer, and then the day that we were supposed to record, he just didn't show up. So what I did is I went and I learned the songs on drums, like how I envisioned them, and I recorded at Kirkbride Studios.
What a fucking boss move, by the way. That is some boss shit. It's
Well,
like, you know what? Fuck the drummer. I'm just gonna learn it on my own. That's dedication, dude.
So it actually worked out even better than I could have done. So I learned
Really?
how to play them, and Chris and Jesse that are over at Kirkbride, they're actually drummers, like legit drummers. So they basically did session drums for all 4 of those songs.
Mm-hmm.
I played guitar, sang. My old bass player, he played bass, and they played the drums. So I just put down like a shitty version of what I wanted to sound like,
Right.
but roughly the idea. And they just came in, like polished it up, made it super smooth. And I came back, and I was like, holy shit, this is way better. I'm glad you guys know how to drum.
Yeah.
The
So
EP would have sucked.
Yeah, so you said earlier you went on like a trip around the country or whatever. Like,
Yep.
what was the thing that made you realize, like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna pursue my goal of just starting a band. I'm just gonna do it. What was the revelation that you had on the trip?
I mean, like graduated college, worked for my dad, and then I
Right.
quit, moved to Orlando to what I thought was going to be an awesome job. Turns out it was like a call center. It was basically a scam.
Damn.
job.
Do you got it trapped in a pyramid scheme or some shit?
Not quite a pyramid scheme, but basically it convinced people that were looking for a job that we were helping them look for a job, but it was just to sell their information to like online colleges so they could call you.
Oh, some like Facebook shit with the Russians.
Something like it was fucked
Damn.
up, dude. It really sucked. It weighed on me a lot, so I ended up quitting and I just went on this road trip around the U.S.
You're like, fuck it.
Yeah, I went to a bunch of different places. Like I've been working since I was 14, so I had some money saved up, and I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Fuck it, I'm not gonna get to do this probably
Yeah.
ever again. So actually, I went all around the U.S. and
You went
I
solo too, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
So I met a bunch of friends and stayed with some friends like throughout the country.
Right.
So that was cool. And then actually, so the moment I realized like I gotta do this, I was in LA with my buddy AJ, who also plays music, and I was just like kind of like wishy-washy. He's like, dude, it would be a fucking waste for you to not do something with this. At least like go do something. And that conversation had a pretty big impact of like, dude, what the fuck am I doing? Like, why am I being a little bitch right
Yeah,
now?
making
Like,
excuses for
"Oh
yourself.
my
Like, I
God."
don't know if people are gonna fuck with, you know.
And then so I was on my way home, and I was in like Montana. I think it was in like Billings, Montana or some shit when I wrote Opposite States, the song.
Really?
And that's where that comes from, is like I was in an opposite state
Okay.
from Florida
Right.
and trying to figure out what I'm going to actually do when I get home, how I'm going to make money, how I'm going to make this music thing work. Like, what do I got to do? I'm out here. And, yeah, so that's kind of the origin of Opposite States as a band name and as a song.
Damn, that is freaking dope as fuck, man. That's awe-inspiring, and I think we've at least I've echoed this sentiment on the previous podcast or whatever. No matter how niche or weird you might think your music taste is, or whatever your artistry or whatever, just fuck it, just put it out there. Just put it out in the universe. You'll be very surprised who fucks with it and who's gonna resonate with it. But the first thing you gotta do is just put it out. Just put it out.
Yeah.
Right, and make sure you actually put some dedication. Don't just put out like crap. Just put in some hard work, put in some money, put in some thought and some structure, and just put it out, and you'll be super surprised at who really likes it and enjoys it.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that, man, and that's something that I kind of like I struggled with for a long time. But a lot of times when you're making stuff, it's coming from you, so you're pretty nervous to put it out. So if you've got something that like you need to say, or like music that you're just like, you know what, I want to fucking do this. Make it. Doesn't matter how shitty the recording quality is. Doesn't matter what equipment you have. If you have to use like a drum machine because you can't find a drummer, do that. If you can only play one bass note and that's all you could do, fucking do it and put it out. So I agree. Like random ass people will come up and be like, hey, man, that was great.
And like forming a fucking podcast in the closet.
Yeah, I never thought I'd be sitting doing a podcast in the closet.
Hey man,
but
look at that, man.
Cool.
We already got fucking Opposite States on our podcast. So what is this, like the 6th episode?
Episode 6.
God damn, we already got a fucking. Mind you, the previous episodes, some of them they were our friends, right? That happen to be some of the local musicians or whatever. Chris. The first time I've actually hung out with Chris. before. So that's good as progress. We're already getting some good local talent that's already been in the scene.
Well,
thanks.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the first time I saw you guys, I think you guys were playing with the Kimberleys at Rackham's.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
probably.
we were hanging out with Sean and Chris that night. It was me, Aaron, who's
From the regulars?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So, because Sean used to sing for Lucid Lake, you know, but he got really, really involved with the regulars, and we were like, well,
Right.
this is definitely paying off more for you. We want you to put more time into this because, you know, like you know, we still love and appreciate you. You're a good friend,
Right.
but it seems like this is where your priorities are.
Right.
And you know, and he was like, yeah, by all means. And he, in fact, tried to help us find other singers, too.
Dude, that's cool that you guys were, like, that cool with it and, like, that appreciative because that's, like, no, that is very cool. Like, that does not happen very often. So
did that not happen with you when you had to, like, tell people they're no longer part of the band? Was it, like,
I mean,
splitting hairs?
It's gone both ways. Like, either way, it is what it is.
It is what it is, right?
So like, whatever has happened in the past, a lot of times it's been reconciled, and it's like, hey, we were both kind of shitty about this, so like, I apologize for my end. They're kind of like, yeah, I'm sorry too. So the fact that you guys could like be supportive of that and be like, hell yeah, man, you guys are doing something cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And you know, like again, seeing them live, I think they partially. Like they played at Buddha one night at the same time that Lucid Lake played at Buddha.
Oh, okay. And that was the second time that you met them?
No. So I'm just saying from like as far as like this might be responsible for some of the Buddha open jams or the fact that they've been bringing in more and more artists.
Right.
And I don't know. Have you guys played at Buddha yet?
Yeah, we played there about 3 times. You've done the Tuesdays with Bob. Dude, that guy's fucking cool, man. The fact that he's bringing all these local bands on and stuff, that's super cool. And that place is like very cover heavy, so I appreciate that guy's bringing in locals and stuff.
Yeah, the Golden Buddha is really, really cool. Like I only been there a couple times, but the one time we went there, and it was a whole bunch of covers, but they were like playing like heavy rock covers. I think one dude played like, I don't know, he was playing like Britney Spears Toxic, but like he played it in such a like a cool way. I was like, and I already loved that song, but the way he like managed to flip it or whatever with the heavy metal, I was like, yo, I kind of rock with this shit.
Yeah,
it was dope.
They're fun to watch too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, and they're just entertaining overall too. You know, and you know, it's just something that you know I kind of personally appreciate from just observing live music and live shows.
Yeah,
because you know. I used to have the mentality of, oh, you're just reperforming your songs. You just go by the album. And then, you know, I went to go see a show. I think my first, like, real live concert was actually to see Green Day.
Right.
Yeah.
And, like, they put on a fucking show.
Yeah.
You know, they play 3-4 hours. They have 3 encore songs.
Yeah.
You know, this was on their 21st Century Breakdown tour in Miami. It was nuts.
Yeah. How old were you?
I was 14 at the time.
Were you already playing music before that?
Yeah, I was, and it was funny because I was into like, I was actually into like, I was one of those teeny weeny metalcore kids.
Yeah, elitist metalcore.
I don't listen to Katy Perry. I'm above that. I listen to real music like Escape the Fate. Like, what kind of like that's the kind of attitude I used to have. And then I saw Green Day and was like, you know, Green Day. Holy shit. Like
yeah, dude, when you see some professionals in action, you go like, oh shit, maybe I need to reconsider what I've been thinking.
And part of the reason why I like you guys is because you guys also tend to like you guys put on this show.
Thanks.
You know, and it's just because like for the music video for Pioneer, right? It was really entertaining to see you guys come out in costume, you know. Do you have like a wireless system to get?
I do now, yeah.
So when you go ahead and get into the crowd and start, you know, like that's all like little stuff that adds up to that performance, and it's something that I personally just think, wow, a lot of time and energy is going into that. And, you know, It's
yeah.
Cool.
Well, actually, it's kind of funny because that's almost like a 180 from what we used to do. And recently, one of the things that I've been focusing more on when we play live shows is it's fucking cheesy, but like actually enjoying it, actually have a good time. Because this time last year, we were kind of like burnt out from playing a bunch of shows,
right?
Twice a weekend. Yeah, and plus I was working kind of shitty job. Well, it was a good job, but it was just shitty hours, so I was just dead. And every time we'd play, we just wouldn't really have that much fun. And then the past like 4 months, it's kind of been like, hey, dude, like at the end of the day, we're playing music. Like, let's just have a good time. And ever since we did that, like the crowd has opened up to us tenfold. Like we connect with the crowd, like we have fun, like I'll run into the crowd and stuff, and like, and then you guys, you were at the EP release show, and we got some people singing along. Like that's really cool to hear people singing your lyrics back when you don't think that anybody knows your music. I've seen you at a couple of shows singing, and I always am like, what? Somebody knows our shit.
Yeah.
No, like
it means a lot, man. I appreciate it.
After your EP release,
he was telling me all about this shit. Like even before I even knew or even heard you guys, he was like, "Yo, man, you're at opposite states." Like opposite states, like I've never like who though.
Sure.
And like he was just playing in the car, and like he was just constantly raving about this.
Oh no, because it was a really good EP. Like more specifically, like Spin Cycle. Not that Opposite States is a bad EP. It's also a good EP, but like
Spin Cycle was like, I listened to them both.
It's definitely
recently.
a step up.
Yeah, it was definitely a step up. Like. Oh yeah, I wanted to mention like so between the first EP Opposite States and then the 2-year in between point, like it's a like John was saying, clear jump in quality. It's more tighter. Like it just feels more just everything. It just feels
just
better.
That little bit of extra polish.
A little bit of extra polish. Sure. Like what was your new mentality going into this new EP that you guys have out, Spin Cycle, versus the original one, Opposite States?
Sure. Opposite States was like, let's get this done, let's get this out there, so we can just get something out there.
Yeah.
And they were songs that I had for quite a while. Like I had Cynical and Opposite States on there that we still play now. But I had those for a while. And then this one was, I don't even know what the mindset was, but it was like, all right, well let me look at what I did on the last EP. Let me see what parts of these songs that I could actually improve on. Like, were there any parts that they kind of died out in the middle of the song or something, like kind of looking at it critically and just saying like, all right, let me try and be as honest with this music as possible. Like, let me get this as close to my representation and lyrics of what I want to say, like not hold back as much. And so I'm pretty happy with the way that it came out too. And then I'm kind of in that same process with writing stuff now. Like I listen to Spin Cycle, and I'm proud that we made it. And then now I listen to the songs, and I'm just constantly looking at ways that I can improve it. Like,
right. It's good.
Hey, man, like
I'm so hungry.
Yeah, like I just don't like the way. Like I like the way that we did this, but in the future songs, like I'm going to structure it this way, so that way the verse comes in, and then there's a little piece, and then the chorus will come in where you don't expect it, but it fits. And just trying to kind of put the puzzle together like that, and open it up. So this one is like all over the place musically, and the stuff that we're writing now is like even more all over the place.
See, I mean, I can't speak for John, but I know my personal favorite. I'm gonna say my personal favorite song from the EP from Spin Cycle was definitely Closer. That was my favorite song. Even the way that Pioneer Softball, I'm like, okay, this is cool, nice way to start. And then like Closer comes in, I'm like, okay, yeah, like I'm really really feeling this. Like even the way like the drums like start to come in, right? Yeah. And then the guitar rolls in, and then the vocals and the bass and stuff like that. I was like, man, like it just feels like. And I listened to the EP back and forth or whatever. I was like, man, like that particular song, sonically it just feels a little bit different than some of your guys' other material. Am I being delusional that it sonically feels different, or
no?
No,
like, and that's and I guess to kind of touch on the mindset too of when we're writing songs, or when I'm writing songs, and then we play with the band, it's really nothing's off limits. So
okay,
so
that's dope.
Yeah, so on that, the way that song came together is I had that riff, and then I brought it to my drummer at the time, David, and we really just kind of like made it funky.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's
It's
what
like,
it is. I was trying to
like,
fucking find the right. I'm like,
it's
what
funky
is
and
it?
It's groovy.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of like, it's definitely different from the rest.
Yeah.
And I like that it's different because I like listening to albums where it's all cohesive, but I don't like listening to the same song 13 times.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so that's
yeah.
why it's more fun too when we play live because like we can just like play some kind of groovy shit like that. It sounds like the Shaq intro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or Shaft.
Yeah, Shaft. Yeah, it does feel like Shaft.
He's one man.
And I love all those like old funky. That's why like I couldn't quite grasp it because like it's very subtle, but it's there if you appreciate that style of music and that genre of music. So like I really really love that song in that particular song.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
What about you? What was your favorite song from Spin Cycle?
My favorite was Somebody.
Somebody. Yeah, it's another great song too.
And it's just because like to me it felt like one of those songs that just, you know, like I don't know, it was just kind of a refreshing song. The whole EP was refreshing.
Yeah, super refreshing. Yeah.
Because like, you know, I'm a little tired of top 40. A lot of it sounds a little too redundant.
Yeah.
And you know, there's not a lot of kind of it's hard to describe it. Like I would say rock-ish, reggae-ish. I don't even know what to label you guys necessarily.
Yeah.
And I think, but that's a great thing because like that just means that you guys are pushing the boundary.
Yeah.
Of you know.
Yeah. Now they also have a funk song too, so you can't even like, you know, there's another thing you can add.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
So you know. But Somebody just for whatever reason just resonated with me the most.
Yeah.
I think lyrically it
I like
felt
the chorus
very,
a lot too.
It felt very relatable, you know.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I think that might be kind of the, you know, what kind of made me gravitate towards that.
It's
song.
nice to have somebody that loves you, dog.
Is this
Through
going
hard
down?
times and shit.
Yeah. John's closet.
We're all in the closet.
I wanted to ask you one more thing before we go into some fun questions for a little bit.
Cool.
I think I'm geared up.
Ask
Now,
away.
John said earlier, like you guys are a mix of different things, but the most interesting thing to me is the reggae mix, especially when I was listening to your first EP or whatever. I thought it was interesting that like, cause reggae has a certain like bop, kind of happy. Like you want to just like chill and relax and vibe, but the lyrics are more like kind of like more emotional, more on that you know, not sad, but like, you know, talking about love and different things and heartbreak and stuff.
Sure.
Was that like an intentional like contrast? Oh, Kitty's in the room. It was an intentional contrast to have like a fusion of reggae and then mix it with like kind of these more emotional lyrics.
Yeah, sometimes it just kind of depends on like how the song unfolds. But a lot of the bands that I really like that are from that zone, like 311, Pepper, the Expendables, all those is like a mix of reggae and other stuff, and I really like that aspect. But with like the lyrics and stuff not being like super happy and everything, it just kind of, I keep playing the stuff on guitar. We kind of like let it like breathe and grow, and then however the emotion of the song kind of sits, I kind of get into that mindset and sing about what reminds me of that. And I think the masters of that are the Red Hot Chili Peppers, dude. Like you listen to some of their stuff, like even the not super popular stuff, you don't know what the fuck he's talking about because he'll say like funky chicken like wing ding or something, and then you find out he's talking about like a fucking lady on heroin who was in like a tragic situation, and you know exactly what he's talking about, even though you don't know what he's talking about.
It's very interesting. Yeah, I forget which album it is. It's like one of their older albums where like there used to be like super super funky, and I remember it's like the power of unity.
Power of equality.
Power of equality. Yeah, man. He starts out rapping. And he's like fucking killer fucking KKK. Remember what the fuck he said? I was like, yeah, I can rock with this, man.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, he's going ham. I was like, yo, man. Like, cause you know, I never actually at the time, you know, all I knew was like Californication, Snow, Hey You, and stuff like that. So I didn't like. I thought they were just like a soft rock, like kind of chill California. So when I listened to that, I was like, yo, I can fuck with this shit, dude. him talking about punching people and just going ham and rapping and stuff. Like, yeah, it was really dope.
And that's a solid way to start that album too.
Super
it's like,
good.
Because it starts off like faded, like that old school like radio sound, and then it fucking hits and it's like, bam, and then he fucking comes in with the lyrics and stuff, and
it's
the
relentless
full band,
too.
Yeah, it doesn't stop.
That does not stop. Doesn't give you like a, okay. He just keeps on fucking going.
Dude, incredible fucking songwriting, man.
Yeah. It's some old '90s like hip hop, clearly hip hop influence like style with some funky.
Yeah, he recorded that with I think Rick Rubin, you know, like the famous producer.
Yeah, Rick Rubin, dude with the big ass beard.
Yeah,
big ass beard,
like a monastery or something.
Yeah.
I have $400 million, but I dress like I live outside.
That's the way to do it. Look at Bill Gates. Bill Gates is the richest motherfucker in the world. What does he wear? Khakis and a fucking not even like a great polo shirt, like a shitty polo shirt.
Jobs. Like fucking turtleneck sweater.
Oh, that's true.
Jeans,
that's true.
That was for decision fatigue.
Yeah.
You know that? You know what he wore that for? It was like there's like a theory that if you reduce the amount of decisions that you have to make per day,
right,
you have more energy to like focus on other things.
God damn.
It's
that
a
nigga
theory.
Steve Jobs was a mad genius. If that was his reasoning, that's crazy.
Yeah, I guess like if he's just like says to people, I want to have a rectangle that people have in their hands, and it'll tell you where you are in the world, and you can call people, and then you can take pictures of your dick.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make it a reality.
Yeah. And look at porn in the bathroom.
Yeah, and look at porn in the bathroom.
Yeah.
On the internet.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to wear turtlenecks. It's like, maybe he was onto something.
Clearly on some shit that we don't even know about.
This podcast is brought to you by Turtleneck Sweaters.
Yeah.
I'm getting your sponsorships.
We're getting the sponsors and also Apple, dog.
Apple. Yeah, Apple and the
Apple
Gap.
products.
Watch Apple just totally blacklist us now.
Yeah. We're probably getting an email right now just from fucking...
It's not even live yet.
They hear us through your phone, Sydney.
Oh, yo, nigga. They probably do. Hey, yo, FBI agent that's always been watching me and shit. Yo, dog, my bad. I didn't mean to say anything about Apple and Steve Jobs and shit. You know what I'm saying? Please forgive me. I didn't mean it.
That'll be all right.
You know? And shit.
We're just kidding.
Just kidding. Come on, dog. Come on, dog. Jeff. Probably like a Jeff who watches me. It's like, man, this fucking Sydney. Why I gotta watch this dude?
Watch him just be like, it's Jeffrey. And then
Jeffrey.
just immediately hit the button that's like...
The belt like loops around.
Like perfectly. Like, makes it look like an accident.
Terrible accident on the live podcast.
All right, I'm gonna drink some water, man. I'm gonna have some water. You want to ask some fun questions?
Let's ask a fun question.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Cool.
So let's say that you had 30 of the most brilliant people in the world.
Okay.
Like these are literally top of their field. Whatever you want them to be the top of their field, whatever field you want them to be the top of, you have them.
Okay.
And you want them to work on one thing.
Oh, shit.
What would you make them work on?
All right, help me walk through this question. So, are you thinking like a project, or they have to like build something, or
they
like
have to
theory?
build something,
whatever,
do something profound. They have one project to work on, basically.
Yeah.
And this project could be, and it's 30 of the most intellectually adept people.
Yeah, like the Elon Musk motherfuckers who are really just
Terry Tao, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs before passing away. You have all these minds, or the most Stephen Hawking, like everything before also passing away. You have them all.
Every deceased genius.
Yeah. Even Isaac Newton too. Motherfucker's crazy.
I don't know how to say this without it saying like a mind machine, but that stuff like freaks me out, of like some sort of like mind control machine, just like that would not be good, but a project that could allow people on a grand scale to at least think about stuff a little bit differently. So I don't know how it would be delivered, if it would be like a machine or something, but something that could basically take everything that you think you know and then not like destroy it, but just say like, hey,
give
here's another
perspective.
option,
Right?
and people will actually go like, oh shit,
Yeah.
okay, all right, I'll listen to what you have to say.
Yeah.
Because I feel like right now, well, I mean, it's probably been forever, but like, it's kind of hard to talk to people about ideas. Like a lot of people, if you say things that are not what they think, they kind of shut down. I mean, I've been guilty of it before too, and I've just started paying attention to this pretty recently. Of like, am I thinking my own thoughts? Like, am I kind of thinking what maybe I've read in a book or I've seen on a show or something like that?
It's a term for it. It's called cognitive dissonance. When you have a very hard, stern belief towards something, and when you hear the opposite, even though the opposite statement has good facts, good reasoning.
Statement.
I did not mean for that pun, but that was good.
Well done.
That was some unconscious pun shit, man.
Dude, well done. I got a hand that.
Bravo to me, bravo, bravo.
Congratulations, you get a prize.
I totally agree. And in the internet, to me, in my mind, that was supposed to do the thing that you say, but what it did instead, it did in some part, but what people did do is they simply took their ideas, got with other people who had similar ideas, and they just reinforced, and then just became instead of like a small echo chamber, instead of like a discussion, it became a big ass echo chamber.
Yeah.
I believe the term is called circle jerk.
Circle jerk, yes, is a big ass, a worldwide circle jerk on the internet, basically.
Yeah.
Instead of people coming in with different ideas and perspectives and stuff like that, people trying to learn. People don't. People just like, yo, man, let me just add another person to the circle jerk who's into the circle jerk.
It's really come full circle, I guess. We started with jerking, and now we made the circle to circle jerking.
Yeah, yeah. And that's a good problem.
It's all coming full circle.
Coming. Now, we really need to get a porn sponsor for our first, we need to, just start tweeting Pornhub and next videos and stuff. I would love was do you like cum being guzzled on girls?
Well, check out John's Closet Podcast.
Yeah. This was sponsored by Pornhub, and
it's on the banner ads on ujiz.com.
yeah. Yo, we should be on the front page of the porn.
It's like casting couch, but a little different.
The one thing I appreciate about porn websites. I know we always go on porn for some reason, but
it's all right.
Okay, if you're looking at a video, you don't know what the girl is. Like, man, this girl's really, really hot. You go to that beautiful comment section. The comment section is so cordial. You get one dude, it's like, oh, she's so hot or whatever. But you always get the one glorious, what's her name? Right? And it could be some obscure, it could be a 3-second video where you barely even see the girl's face. A motherfucker will research and find the name, and that shit will have 30 up likes of just thank you, my brother. You're the savior. You're a great person.
There's a YouTube channel called Internet Comment Etiquette.
Right.
And he actually has videos where he's like, I'm going to teach you how to write comments on Pornhub. And he's got this, he's basically makes a fake account, puts it on Pornhub, leaves ridiculous ass comments. And, it's just worth a checking out. I'm just bringing it up now.
It's good
Speaking
that
of Pornhub comments.
It's good that people are trying to teach people across all avenues and all platforms. Like, you can go on there, you can learn about Photoshop, you can learn how to fucking cut a mango. You can also learn how to leave comments on a porn site.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It really is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So maybe the internet is actually, after all, doing what
we're unified on Pornhub and porn website. I swear to God, it's the most civil, kindest, because it's already a weird and taboo place or whatever. You might as well just be cordial and nice to people.
Yeah.
See, here's my philosophy, trying to loop it back. I think the best way to do it, right, at least in my mindset, if it was even possible to do this, it's not possible because there's just not enough people. The way to change your opinion or your mindset towards people or whatever is to literally meet different groups of people. Not just meet them, but be friends with them. Have them take on so they can give their opinion, their perspective or whatever.
Sure.
And then that's how you can kind of become more nuanced and not be so just, in one singular direction. But the thing is, there's just literally not enough people for you to meet, right? Especially if you're you're, I don't know, you just grow up in a neighborhood where you're, the only black person, right? It's just the one black dude at your school that that you're not even friends with, right? So your opinion on maybe, say, black issues or things that go on in the black community it might be skewed because like you literally don't know anybody who represents that part of the community. That goes to Jewish people, that goes to Asian people, Hispanic, same way with white people. There's some black people who've never been friends with a white person before. So they don't have this other side or perspective to think about. And they, and that, to me, that's the best way to do it, to just talk and to meet different people in order to change your perspective.
Yeah, and I agree. And I think it's too, once you do it in person, you realize, like, the hype that is going on is not actually really there. Like, because the only problem that I'm having with, like, the news and stuff, why I have a really tough time figuring out what's going on just in the world and everything, is because you turn on the news, and I know it's, like, kind of cliche, but it really is, like, it makes you feel like everybody hates everybody else, and, like, everybody's kind of against each other, and then you kind of take on that skewed perspective, and then you meet people from, like, other cultures and shit, and you're just like, this guy's, like, a normal dude. Like, he probably just, like, goes home. Probably, like, takes a shit when he wakes up. He's probably an asshole sometimes, but he's, like, fine in public. He just goes to work. He probably loves his kids. Like, And then you're like, I don't totally believe, like, what else are you guys saying that maybe isn't true? And that's kind of where I'm coming from.
And the cool thing is you only need one common ground. You never had an Asian friend? Yo, you meet an Asian friend? Yo, are you in the metal? Yeah, I'm in the metal. Oh, wait, you in a band? Yeah, I actually have a band. You could just form on just that singular thing.
Yeah, dude.
Right? Sports is a great example. Sports, me and you, we like to play basketball. We just meet at the basketball court. Every Saturday we play together. I play with an Asian dude, black dude.
I can't really relate to this one.
Well, I don't play basketball. I'm saying basketball is an example of like an easy way.
I don't either. So we all have that.
Sports in general, like, look at me, Sydney.
Yeah. I see you. You thick, dog.
Dude, you might be one of those closet athletes where it doesn't look like it doesn't look like you might be like super athletic, but then all of a sudden somebody throws like a football to you in flag football, and you just fucking dart down the field like, holy shit, I didn't expect that, but the kid's fucking good.
I know. I'm sure our friend Matt listens to the podcast. We need to give Matt props. John's closet idea. It's a brilliant title for a podcast. It just comes in so many ways.
Dude, this is
it
natural.
is my closet.
It is your closet. It's just a great podcast title.
Shout out to Matt.
Shout out to Matt, man.
Shout out to Matt.
Yes.
Who's in Thailand right now, right?
In Thailand, yeah. Shout out to you, my dog.
Really? What's he doing?
He's on a trip with my friend Ari. They're having a lot of fun over there and stuff. So,
dude, that's badass.
Yeah, my friend Zach, he just left to go see them. So shout out to those guys.
I would go to Thailand.
Yeah. It's looking good.
Learn about Thailand.
All right, that was a fun question, man. Let's go back to more serious. Now, we mentioned earlier that so you guys are opposite states. Of course, Jake is in the band with the Kimberleys and stuff like that. So tell me, like, kind of break down what is your personal relationship with the Kimberleys? And I feel like you guys in the Kimberleys, you guys are like, every time I go out, like, you guys are like almost like the premier bands to go see. Like, yo, man, you're gonna go see Opposite States or Kimberleys. And I especially love the Kimberleys. I like them a lot too, and we're gonna have them on the podcast too. So, like, what is your guys' relationship like overall? Like, how did you guys meet and stuff like that?
Dude, I fucking love the Kimberleys, man. Dude, their sound is so fucking cool.
Yeah, it's great.
Jeremy is a disgusting guitar player. Like, every time I see him play, I'm just like, fuck, I need to go on YouTube and learn some lessons or some shit.
Yeah.
But actually, Kyle, their drummer, drummed for us for a little bit.
Really?
Yeah. So actually, about this time last year, we took a break, but Kyle was playing with us for probably like 3 months, and then we got asked to play in March for this reggae fest, and Kyle happened to be out of town, so he's like, hey, Jake, do you want to play? And Jake filled in, he learned all the stuff, and we were kind of like, all right, well, you already know the stuff, so just keep playing with us.
Fuck it.
Yeah. But anytime that we can book a show together, we always do.
Yeah, it's good.
It seems like it makes sense just logistically.
It's so easy, dude. We all share equipment too, so like we try and go back to back, so that way, like, if they open up and we go after, or vice versa, like, Jeremy will use my cab and like another amp, and Jake will use Corey's bass, or Corey will use Jake's bass amp, and they'll use the same drum set.
Yeah.
So we can be off and on stage in 5 minutes, so our windows for playing both like extend by about 10 minutes each. So so it's like it's super beneficial, and I like playing with them too because they keep fucking getting better. And Jake,
and it makes you want to get better too,
dude. Hell yeah, man. And like
good motivation,
dude. That's the cool thing about locally is you got the Kimberleys, you've got the Electric Mud, the Free Coasters. Cobras too, Bargain Bin, like all these fucking good bands locally that we play with, and I'm just like, fuck, that was really good. Like I have to step my game up, and I don't look at it like, oh fuck them, like they're good, but you know what, like, you know, fuck that. It's just like, dude, they are so good, and like I want to be in that tier. Like I want to be in the fucking pro tier. Yeah. So like, let me step my game up. And in turn, step theirs
like
up.
Friendly competition just brings out any competition in any form is super good. It only benefits the people, not only you, but not only benefits you, it benefits the consumer, us who are listening. Now that you have a good relationship with Kimberly's amazing, no doubt about it, whatever. Yeah. So when you go see them play, like, fuck that. I'm not going to go after the Kimberleys and put on a lukewarm performance. I'm also going to step up my game. I'm going to be just as good, if not better.
If we go on after the Kimberleys, I'm fucking bringing heat.
Bringing the heat. Bringing that fucking fire.
Because, dude, that's...
You hear that, Jeremy?
Yeah.
Chris is calling you
hear
out.
that, Jeremy?
I'm coming for you, you piece of shit.
Some wrestler shit. I'm coming for you, Jeremy.
I'm the cream of the crop.
Listen here, brother. You want to play that whammy bar?
Dude, I saw Jeremy play with a whammy bar like 2 weeks ago, and I went home and I started fucking rubbing my whammy bar because I was like, dude, I haven't used a whammy bar in like 12 years, and he murders it. And I'm just like, fuck. All right, let me see what I can do with this.
You see, I just shoved 5 springs into my Frankenstrat just so that I could make it as close to a hardtail as possible. Because, like, tuning.
Yeah. All that stuff's a bitch. Once you start doing fucking whammy bars or like a Floyd Rose pickup.
Oh god.
Oh my fuck that, dude.
Yeah, like what was it? I think Tim, when he came in, he brought a guitar that had the Floyd Rose. Wow. And I messed with it for a little bit, and we put it over this one song that he had that was we just went nuts with it.
Right.
We were like, let's save this to the end of recording so that the guitars are relatively in tune. And then we just went nuts. Like,
what did he play? 16 notes per second for fucking 30 seconds straight. That guy is an animal on guitar. He is so good, and it's so technical. Oh yeah, and he does not miss a fucking note. Dude.
That's why we call him the Wizard.
The fucking Wizard, dude. Tim, he was the first person we
really
interviewed. We had a legendary 15, 30 minutes of the episode that is forever lost. I have it on my iPhone as a video or whatever, but like as far as just the raw audio, never pressed record. And it was good shit too.
Yeah.
We were so sad. R.I.P. that audio.
Yeah. Dude, but you guys play music too, right?
Yeah.
So how long have you guys been playing music, and what instruments do you guys all play?
You want to
go? Well, I play guitar. I actually started out on drums, but I never took it seriously enough to actually be technically proficient. But I've been playing guitar since I was 11, so I've been playing for close to 12 years.
God damn.
Nice.
I actually started originally on piano back in the 4th or 5th grade.
Same.
I played for a little while, and I had a piano recital or whatever, and the only thing I remember about it was there's this my piano teacher. She was really, really, really pretty. She's this tall, light-skinned ebony woman. I was like, oh. So I had a little mini crush on her. So I was I was super nervous trying to play, and then I was 7 or 8. I don't know how old I was and shit. But yeah, I mean, and then it was a couple years after that. It wasn't until I turned 16
that you finally banged her.
No, I came back around. I was like, "You remember me? I know you remember the Gap. The black kids, with a gap like this, nobody." But no, it was until 11.
By the way, we should start selling merch that has your Gap on the T-shirt.
Yeah,
dude, that is good.
My Gap. Dude, you know what the funny thing is?
Sponsored by the Gap.
You know what the funny thing is? Okay, so in Key West is a small town, right? And so I'd be walking around and whatever, you know, as a little kid. And like people will come up to me. My mom, she has like this like a similar Gap as mine, a little bit bigger or whatever. And so I was pretty easily identifiable that I was my mom.
You belong to your mom.
I belong to my mom, but I didn't get that. And and then they come up to me, it's like, "Oh, you're so and so son." I was like, "How did you know that?" it's like, well, it was pretty fucking obvious, kid. The only
this kid's a fucking idiot.
I'm just imagining, like, I just imagine, here, take a bite from this apple.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude, all my apples are like that, dude. They have a very distinct shape. I swear to God, man. You really getting into my insecurities right now. Stop digging in my insecurities, man. God damn it.
Closet. You gotta let it loose.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta let out the pain.
If you don't let it out, it's gonna eat you alive.
Why did Sydney go ape shit? It's like, hey man, somebody made the last straw about making fun of his Gap, man. It's just like, yo, dog.
Like
something
about apples in the closet.
Yeah, he just fucking flipped out, man. It was crazy. Now, Chris, man. So now we were raving about how good opposite states are in the Kimberleys and stuff like that. Now, as you know, as you guys collectively, as you grow as a band and stuff like that. Now there is, I mean, in the future there could be a possibility of some kind of record deal or whatever. Now,
sure.
Back in the day, you that was the thing to do as a band. You got successful in the local scene or whatever you are, and then hopefully a record label or maybe potentially a major record label will recognize you. You get a deal, right? Now it's entirely possible to just be independent, put shit on YouTube, SoundCloud, Bandcamp. Direct to consumer.
From what I understand, you guys are going on a tour, like a week-long tour.
Yeah, eastbound and down.
Yeah, a quick little tour. Going actually down to the Keys. We're playing.
Going to the Keys in my homeland.
Yeah. We're going to Key West.
Damn, fuck. But yeah, what I was gonna say, like, would you if a record label came up to you guys offer you a deal, would you rather stay independent, or if it was like such a good lucrative record deal, would you actually take it if you had opportunity?
Honestly, I would just do whatever the best opportunity is. I'm not dead set either way of like,
right.
No, fuck record labels, we're independent, or like we need a record label. It's just kind of I'm going with it now with a slightly different approach because I'm going to do what's kind of best for the band and what's going to allow us to have a little bit more like creativity because one of the things just on that front, we put out the EP and like I've been like out of my mind the past couple of months. Like we got to be promoting, we got to be doing Facebook, Instagram, all this stuff.
Yeah,
we got to push it out to record labels, do all this stuff, and like try and get signed to get a management company. And actually, it's kind of funny because like a couple weeks ago, I was like, all right, I'm overdoing this. I'm putting too much like stress on this in a negative way. It's not pushing it forward positively. Let me step back. Let me focus on the music. Let me focus on writing. All this stuff. I'm going to step back from social media a little bit. We'll still post so that way people know we're playing shows and stuff. Mm-hmm. But I was starting to get in the mindset of like, we need more fucking Instagram likes, and that's going to make it. But that doesn't make the music better, and that doesn't make people enjoy the live shows better. Dude.
No.
And so that's kind of what I've been focusing on. And the past couple weeks, like, things are starting to fall in place in regards to that, where people that we were kind of expecting to hear from in terms of possible, like, record deals or labels or management, things like that we kind of thought was just gone. Like, all of a sudden they were just like, hey, the email was lost. It was in the wrong thing. We love the EP. We want to come check them out live, all this stuff. Like, we want to see you guys live and all this. So it's kind of just interesting how I changed the perspective of let me focus on the music and all that stuff and then go with the best opportunity rather than trying to, like, force it. Not that you don't work hard, not that you just like sit back and let all this shit just happen, but it's refocusing on the things that are important. Yeah. So I it's not a direct answer to your question, but that's kind of like
you
the
feel
best-
like
the best
I
way
mean
can
if there was if it was a good offer or whatever, you wouldn't I mean you're not gonna like go on your high moral high
No.
horse, like we're gonna be independent. You'll look for the best options or whatever.
Yeah, man.
you think of the
And at this
bands.
point, I'm not expecting somebody to just like pick us up and be like, "All right, dude,
Yeah.
you're opening for the Foo Fighters." Like,
Yeah.
I don't think that shit's gonna happen. But
Mhm.
but also, I'm not gonna sell my soul. You know, it's
Right.
like this is my music. Like, this is our music. Like, I'm okay with selling like a record deal and they own it. But like this is my shit.
I'm glad you said that because I think maybe me and John share the same sentiment. We ready to sell out. We ready to sell out John's Closet to the highest bidder. Apple Music, Spotify,
Yeah.
whoever wants to get this shit.
Disney,
Amen.
Coke, you know,
yeah,
you want to
shit,
send us
Pornhub, whatever the fuck, whoever wants to give us that fat fucking check, best believe, man, I'll go in a different tone, like, yo, Sydney, we need you to stop cursing, okay, we need you to show the gap every 5 minutes. That's the selling point. I'm like, okay, what else do you need to do? Wear this costume, wear this, and that.
Now, remember,
don't mention any homosexuality and stuff like that. Don't mention all this weird shit. Just clean it up.
First 5 minutes and last 5 minutes, you're going to be promoting your merch.
Merch.
That's what you got to be
doing. Promotion.
You're gonna have ad in the middle.
Oh
right
my
in
gosh!
The middle.
Because I used to think like, yo, man, like the people who sell out, they're this bullshit, man. You sacrifice the music and the integrity and stuff like that.
No way.
Then I thought, I mean, look, I get like, I don't think I would ever legitimately sell out. It's just that sometimes you gotta pay a mortgage.
Dude, life.
Sometimes life hits you, man.
Dude.
Sometimes you gotta pay your baby mama who just divorced you or whatever. You gotta pay your mother or the mother of your kids or whatever. Gotta pay her, $5,000 a month or whatever the fuck it is.
Dude,
Right?
yeah,
Sometimes it's selling out.
Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's perceived as selling out too, and sometimes you'll see bands like change. And I don't like when bands change when they sell out, but sometimes
that's true.
bands get like bigger and they're selling more places, and it's like people get pissed at that. It's like a lot
Yeah.
of times if you look at those people, they get pissed.
Yeah.
They're not doing that great. Like they're not doing what they think they should be doing. Like they're not achieving anything. So if you're going out there and trying to like get to the next level,
Yeah.
and you have to sell fucking ads, like do it, dude.
Just
Like
do
so
it.
that way
Sell ads. Yeah,
I
dude.
talk about an ad for 2 minutes, and then
Yeah.
1,000 more people will listen to this. I
Yeah.
can talk to 1,000 more people who might enjoy this. Like, dude, that's not selling
Yeah,
out.
and
Like,
people expect you like,
that's
yo,
fucking life, man.
as soon as they're all happy and cool when you're doing a free podcast, it's all fun and stuff like that. But they're like, yo, man, we have bills to pay, right?
Yeah.
We live in the real world. Like,
Yeah.
I appreciate your comments don't really they don't actually physically give me $1 when we do it. I actually need some ads that actually help me and so we can provide good content.
Every
and stuff
thumbs
like
up
that.
is a kiss from an angel, so I just want you to know that.
Why don't you appreciate my thumbs up? Isn't that all you need?
I gave you a smiley face.
They gave me a
dude.
smiley face, asshole. I was like,
I took the time
yeah.
to drag my mouse over the smiley face. I didn't even just click the like button.
yeah, but my ex-wife just took half my shit, so
You have an ex-wife?
No.
Not yet.
I'm just thinking a future
Your
scenario.
future ex-wife.
Yeah, my future ex-wife taking half my shit, and I'm like, you know what, guys, selling out is pretty good idea. First of all, somebody's gonna buy in for you to sell out. I put in all the good work of being all like, myself.
See,
and-
Sydney, what you got to do is you got to reevaluate your choices. Because you're not going to have an ex-wife that takes half your stuff if you make sure that you're not the person making the money.
Oh, power
Hello?
dynamic. I like that. Put the ball in your court. Hey man, you say you want to be independent. Say you want to make your own money. You're saying you don't need no man. How about you feed me then, motherfucker? Huh?
Yeah.
How about you get the job and you make all the bread and while I just chill at home? Huh? Is that woman empowerment for you, dog? Because I'm ready to do this. I see women chilling at home watching the kids all day in fucking sweatpants and shit. Talk about it's a hard time. A motherfucking coal miner motherfuckers are getting black lung and dying and shit. Talking about it's the same thing. It's just as hard.
You ever seen
Not
that,
quite.
that Bill Burr joke?
Yeah, Bill Burr. Yeah. Fucking Bill Burr, man.
There are
Shout out to Bill Burr.
mothers leaning over at the waist, putting DVDs in the DVD player.
Yeah. Shout out to fucking Bill Burr, man. I totally got his man. I love that fucking joke, man. That's a great joke, man. Shout out to Bill Burr.
Just watch us get like our first dozen dislikes just from those comments, Sydney. It's gonna happen.
Who cares?
The feminazi, yeah, man. Fuck
It's okay.
them, man.
Who cares?
Yeah, and their goddamn pixie haircuts and shit.
I care. I want a sponsorship, Chris. What kind of sponsorship are you giving?
Oh yeah, we might get a sponsorship from Jezebel or some shit. Well, no, not at this point, man.
You're sponsored by Diversity.
Yeah. All right. So John said earlier, you guys have your tour, eastbound and down in the Florida Keys and stuff like that. What made you guys want to choose the Florida Keys of all places to go tour?
I don't know.
You just like, fuck it, let's do the Florida Keys.
I don't remember. Actually, Corey booked most of this, so I got to give him credit on that.
Shout out to Corey.
Yeah, he lived down there for a little while. But
he lived in Big Pine.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and so or somewhere down there. I don't.
Well, I know specifically Big Pine because I was doing my research. I had a whole bunch of questions and shit.
And then he
he's not
doesn't
here.
show up.
Yeah.
That piece of shit.
Come on, Corey.
Corey, if you're listening to this,
I think
I called you a piece of shit.
I think I approached him first, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm totally down." Where is he now?
Where you at, dog?
Face down in a ditch.
Oh, goddamn.
No, I'm just kidding. I think he's at
when
home.
that band drama gets a little too real, shit.
Yeah.
Dude, he works marine construction, so on top of playing shows with us and
Fucking
gigging
boss.
and practicing, and
Yeah,
then
he's
now
probably tired.
playing bass with Kate Scales. He's playing with
Oh,
her too.
yeah.
He's fucking working long ass days in the sun,
Yeah.
fucking building docks
Yeah.
and shit.
Ugh. God damn, that's brutal.
Yeah.
So are you full time dedicated to the band solely? You don't work in a additional job or anything?
No,
like
I work a full time job.
Oh, what's your side gig?
I work for my dad's company right
Mhm.
now. So it's a company that has a software that keeps track of maintenance on airplanes.
Oh,
Yeah, so
shit.
when you need to do maintenance, when you've already done all the paperwork and all that
Yeah.
shit. So I was managing part of the operations side. I did some marketing stuff a little while ago. Then I just passed off my my operations marketing role or management role to like a new person that's kind of up and coming in the company. So I'm excited to see what she can do with it, and then I'm kind of on to whatever the next big project is. So.
Yeah. Hopefully this tour eastbound and down to the fucking Florida Keys, man. You making me want to go back to my homeland. So
Dude, go.
makes me happy to hear this.
We'll be there in July. We're leaving July
July.
5th. We're playing in Miami with Castafellas and Super Gold, and then we go down to the Keys. I don't know the rest of the details. Just go.
Tell Super Gold I said hi.
Yeah,
I will.
yeah.
Dude, you were at that show. You
Yeah,
saw them, right?
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
how fucking cool. How good were
Yeah.
they?
No, like it's really funny because
That kid's got some serious dance moves.
Oh
too.
yeah, no.
Dude,
Like,
I was jealous of the
Yeah.
dance moves. He's
Shout
got
out to Super Gold, man.
Dude, he's got the button-up shirt, the button-up striped shirt
Yeah,
with
she
the
was
fun.
fucking dance moves. Those girls were.
it
Those
was
girls
kind of
were
funny
going
because
nuts.
I was laughing a little bit because he did remind me of Gage in terms of just they looked very similar.
Kinda.
Like he looked like Gage's older brother, and I told Gage I was like, Gage, how does it feel that you played a show with your older brother? He's like, what? And I'm like, Super Gold. And he's like, but no, the guy they were really cool.
Right, yeah.
And I talked
I'd love to have them on the podcast too if they're ever back
Yeah.
in town. But they live on like the East Coast or some shit, right?
like Fort Lauderdale, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So when they're back down, man, we definitely have to try to coordinate that.
Mm.
You
Mhm.
guys had 10th Wave on
Yep.
last week.
Yes.
Dude, I actually purposefully didn't listen to it. I saw it on Instagram, and
Yeah.
I wanted to be surprised. I didn't.
Oh, you
I
wanted to
didn't
come
wanna know
on?
what
Yeah. What to expect?
what to expect when I was listening.
Yeah.
So, I heard that I saw that they were on, but dude, I was super impressed by 10th Wave because those kids are what, 18?
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
they
I think
just
the
turned
oldest one is
18.
like 19.
Yeah.
they write some fucking excellent songs,
Yeah.
and especially at that age, to have that much stage presence, to
Oh, yeah.
have
Yeah.
to have that much audience
Mm.
interaction,
Yeah.
and everything was in time. Like it sounded good. Like I was genuinely fucking impressed. Like I think those kids are gonna.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna do fucking excellent if they keep at it,
Yeah.
especially with their age, dude. 5 years. If they're 25, I'm 25. By the
Yeah.
time they're my age, if they keep doing this,
yeah.
Mm.
yo, man, they're gonna be playing some big fucking stages. Like,
yeah, and that was a fun episode. Like I had a lot of fun. They have like very good youthful energy and stuff like that, and good chemistry.
It warmed your heart.
It warmed my heart, man. It did and shit. Oh, they're kidding, man.
They're playing with us at Rackham's on June 30th. They're gonna open up the
EP release.
Up the show. No, I think.
What?
I don't think they're doing it there.
They're not doing it there. Oh no.
I don't know anything about that.
Oh.
But I know they're opening it up for us on the 30th.
Okay.
Maybe they are. Maybe they're not.
They have. Well, I know they're releasing their EP. I think they said June 30th. I could be wrong.
Could be over. We don't want to say on the podcast and say, it's like, hey, we're not doing that anymore.
Hey, it's guaranteed.
It
I just want everybody to know that it's guaranteed to come out the 30th. If it's not out, put a petition out. This is bullshit.
Watch Gaze just be like, John, we need to talk.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't believe you put this stuff out about me.
Oh my gosh. All right, let's do another fun question. Let's do one more fun question. We had a good hour or so into the podcast, man.
Sure.
It's been good energy, good vibes and shit.
Yeah, man.
Let's
Thank
do
you guys
it.
for having me.
I got a fun question.
Yeah.
So let's say that you abandoned your funk reggae rock roots and decided to go full on EDM.
Okay.
What would your DJ name be, and what kind of electronic music would you make?
Fuck. I think I would probably, that kind of like, it almost sounds like it should be in GTA Vice City, that kind of EDM, like that weird, like slow, steppy Miami Vice kind of like 80s, but newer kind of sound.
Yeah, like we have like tight ass shirts on that are like pink and red and shit, tight pants, and we're always like running, we're like police officers and shit.
Something like that. Or it's the montage at sunset of the police officers,
like
gotcha. Undercover, driving around in a convertible or something, like a button, like a slightly unbuttoned short sleeve bowling shirt, that kind of shit. I don't know what my name would be.
What would your name be?
DJ Heine.
Heine Ho.
DJ Heine Ho.
That's my personal Instagram, and that's my no, that was my old Xbox gamer tag. My new Xbox gamer tag, or newer, is Backdo Action 69.
That was quite the transition from names.
Yeah.
I can see the maturity level from like you're a little kid, like Heine Ho, then the Backdoor 69.
Backdo Action.
Yeah.
I got it from a show, like it used to be a cartoon show on HBO. Life and Times of Tim, and there was like a prostitute that was in the show, and it was like, you want a little backdoor action? He's like, no, my girlfriend's here. She's like, oh, you say you want a little backdoor action?
Oh shit.
So
Granny was ready, man. I'm all for I don't really watch granny porn, but hey man, if that's what you're into, dog,
you should try it. I'm also sponsored by UJiz's Granny Porn section. Check it out.
All right, man.
Links in the bio.
Oh my gosh. All right. Let's do some plugs, man. So where can the people find you at?
Where
Mr.
are
Chris?
you?
Where can they find you at?
Where can they stalk you?
Yeah.
You could check. I mean, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. And then if you want to listen, we got YouTube, Spotify, basically all of those. Music
you guys got a Bandcamp as well, right?
Got a Bandcamp. You can buy it through there. If you want to buy it on iTunes, that's cool too. And that's pretty much it. And then go check us out on all that stuff to find out where we're playing. We put all our shows and stuff on there. Aw, little kid.
Yes. Make sure you guys check out their Eastbound and Down tour down in the Florida fucking Keys, man.
By the way, this episode is sponsored by my cat wandering around the room.
Yeah, the cat was kitty.
Come here.
Also, make sure you guys check out John's Closet. We're also on social medias. Go on Facebook, go on Instagram. Got a YouTube where we post all our episodes and stuff like that.
We got links in the description.
Links in the description.
If you want that instead.
And this has been another fucking episode of John's Closet. Did we say our names earlier? I don't think we did.
Just
hey man, I'm Sydney, by the way.
Let's
This is John, and this is Chris. It's been another fucking episode number 6, featuring the front man in opposite states, Chris. Heiny ho.
Dude, thank you guys for having me. This was cool as shit.
Yeah, and peace out, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Peace out, bitches.